My iPhone's actually gone dead the minute I walked in. I was wondering if there's anything you could offer to help me get it fixed.
All things are possible. Have you reconnected it to ultimate power?
Electrical current and computer.
Ultimate power.
Give me more?
Well, right now, the condition of the iPhone is...
Yeah.
What?
Dead.
Dead. And is that a problem to you?
Not in the biggest sense.
Not in the biggest sense, but in the specific, literal sense, it's not what you'd hoped for. So can you accept with us that when a problem presents itself, has this been coming along? Has it been acting squirrely? Has it been giving you less performance? Has it been slowing down? Has it been slow to respond to commands? Has it been hard to charge? Has there been any evidence of this in the process?
No, it literally had all my questions, then as soon as I walked in, it just gone.
Well, the reason that we were asking is because if there has been a string of things that have been bothering you, then there have been a string of solutions in the process. In a case where it's an abrupt problem, then there's a sort of abrupt solution. And the thing that we emphatically want you to accept is that there is an abrupt solution. Now, how do you think it went? In other words, you had all of these questions that were sort of lined up. How did it go? Were they in the iPhone only, or did you have them as well? What we're getting at is, do you feel... Is there a reliance on a contraption? In other words, are you relying on it? Do you find yourself dependent upon your contraption, or is it enhancing your experience? Which way is it leaning? Well, everyone is appreciating these contraptions. This falls into the vibrational category that we were talking about earlier when we said when you awaken in the morning, is your vibration one of eagerness or one of worry? And you said it's more one of worry. And this sort of falls into alignment with that. It's like there are so many moving parts, and there's so much information, and there's so much that I want to get right, and there's so much that I want to contain, and there's so many things that I want to hook into. And in this highly technological world where there are so many fingers and so many pies, where there's so much opportunity to interact in so many ways, it's sort of easy for you to get off balance. And we think your iPhone sort of shutting down on you amplifies for you something that you're really feeling. And the question we asked you earlier about when you wake up in the morning, what's the emotion that you feel most predominantly? When your iPhone shuts down, what is the emotion that comes forth in response to that? Is it one of worry? We want you to reach this place where no matter what happens, the vibration of worry, the emotion of worry is not the one that comes forward. Jerry and Esther have been moving around for a long time in a monster bus that has so many moving parts. And it occurred to them recently that Esther really liked it because she could take everything that mattered to her everywhere she goes. Which means everything that mattered to her everywhere she goes. Drawers and drawers of possible things she might want to work on. Drawers and drawers of family pictures. Drawers and drawers of things that she hasn't worn in the 10 years that she's been dragging them from place to place. In other words, drawers and drawers of things down under. Drawers and drawers of things that they might need. Drawers and drawers and drawers and drawers. Hundreds of thousands of things. 85,000 pounds of stuff that they're dragging from place to place. And then one day they were going down a road and the sign said, if you weigh more than, take this detour. Well, they weighed way more than. So they took a 100-mile detour out of the way. And it made them think, maybe we're carrying more with us everywhere we go than is really a practical thing. And that's really the thing that we're getting at with you. In other words, we think that technology is a wonderful thing. And we want it to enhance your experience, and it will. And we think that you are utilizing it in a magnificent way. But it represents to you the same thing that worry does. In other words, you see, who you are source energy in a physical body who has access to everything necessary at all times. It's just this slightest vibrational adjustment. And we think that the universe is explaining to you that all of those questions that you put into that iPhone for the sake of not wanting to forget them so that you could deliver them in a coherent and comprehensive and nice unfolding way. We want you to understand that the universe knows that you don't need the contraption for that part of your life, and that there are a whole lot of things that a whole lot of you are beginning to depend upon your technology for, and in doing so, you are leaving out a part of your connection with infinite intelligence that would serve you far, far better. That's what that is all about. We expect your iPhone to completely revive itself, and we expect the two of you to continue to have the blissful relationship that you have.
We do.
And we don't see any reason that you shouldn't put it under your pillow every night and let it be one of the things that you love and bless, as Esther does her pillow. But that is what it is about.
Cool.
Good time for a segment of lunch.